Hey, what's up guys? Krypton King here, and today I wanted to share with all of you a little custom project I've been working on. It is the Star Wars Black Series Force Effects Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Oh my god, that is a lot to say. So I have customized it and converted it to look as closely as possible to The Force Awakens. So, for any of you guys who do not already own this lightsaber, let's take a look at the one you're getting out of the box so you can see what you're comparing it to. So, here is the stock one. This would be accurate to Episode 4, A New Hope. And let's face it guys, I don't know about any of you Star Wars fans out there or not, but the quote-unquote Great Flex lightsaber is, in my opinion, the holy grail of all lightsabers. I mean, come on, it was introduced to Luke in A New Hope, fought Vader in Empire Strikes Back, and has now been passed off to Rey in The Force Awakens. It is just, I don't know, when I was a kid, I was just fascinated by all the odds and ends coming off of it, and just, I don't know, it was busy. I just think it's a cool looking lightsaber. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get in and look at what I did to, try and make mine more accurate to the film. So, first and foremost, I removed all the plastic stuff there in the emitter switch, and I replaced it with a real actual circuit board. So that is real copper metal that you're seeing there, and it looks and feels great. It's actually reflective. I am so happy with how that switch came out, and I honestly took a really long time to make sure that finding this circuit board, to make sure it was accurate to the film and looked good. I also then removed these plastic grips from the saber, which, by the way, these are they must be a combination mold plastic, to give it, I understand Hasbro's been doing this a lot, with their Black Series helmets and all that kind of stuff, they're using a combination of plastic, so it has this textured, almost rubber feel to it. Feels nice, but whatever, they're still cheap plastic. So I ripped those off, which was actually the most difficult part of the saber, believe it or not. And I replaced them with real rubber hero grips. So I cut the edges straight on these bad boys that have the notches in them and the hex head screws to be accurate to the film. I'm actually really happy with how they came out. They're nice and straight and even. The only one that's a little wonky, unfortunately, is this guy right here because it's running into the clip on my emitter switch. And there's no way to avoid that, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Because when you go to remove the grips off of the original, they are injection molded through the hilt. So there are 4 holes for every grip going through the metal of your lightsaber hilt, and then there's plastic actually molded on the inside of the hilt as well. That's what made these things so difficult to get off. Here I was thinking, hey man, maybe I'll just I'll hit it with a little bit of adhesive remover on the edges and shit, and then I'll just carefully pry them off with the pliers. Yeah, it did not work out that way. So just a 411 to you guys. And also another good note to anyone who is I'm just going to wing it, and I don't care if it's that accurate or not. I'm going to just cut some notches into my grips. The plastic grips on here are hollow, so do not do that, because if you do, you're going to wind up with a gaping hole in your grip with exposed metal, from your hilt. So don't do that. So anyway, if you guys want to get all technical and everything, any Star Wars fans out there, I'm totally aware. The emitter switch here technically needs to be on the opposite side of the handle. But to do that, you would need to completely gut everything in the lightsaber. Like the blade, all the electronics. You would need to cut some wires and then resolder them. You would then need to cut a hole through the metal hilt. That was way more than I wanted to get into. And I don't have a good personal track record with cutting and resoldering wires. Customizing, I'm an amateur, by all means. I jump into some things that I think I could maybe improve or would like to. And honestly, with a lot of stuff, I'm too chicken shit to jump into expensive collectibles like this because I'm afraid I'm going to F it up. And then, you know, I'm sitting here with a $160 what might have been, you know, and that's not cool. But with these, fortunately for me, I was able to track down another one, saved up the money, got extra so I could kind of jump into another one guilt-free. All I can say is to you guys out there like me who don't have the self-confidence to jump into an expensive collectible, all I can say is, you know, fortune favors the bold, man. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do and take the chance, and it'll come out a lot better than you expected sometimes. So anyway, I'm really pleased with how this came out. If you guys noticed, like I said, I added those hex head screws in there into the notches. Now I know also to hold the retainer clip in place in The Force Awakens, there's like a thick rectangular piece of metal that would you know, stick probably about a ½ an inch out from there, and that actually holds the retainer clip and the pommel in place. But I have not yet been able to locate anything satisfying enough to me to, you know, use for that piece, and I'm not skilled enough to machine one myself, so maybe I'll get to that eventually, hopefully. But you know, I haven't seen any videos on YouTube as far as how to remove these handles, or really like anybody customizing the saber over like this. So I wanted to get this out there and show you guys it is possible to do, and I think it looks, you know, really nice. Let me get that ring back out there. I'm happy with how it turned out. If any of you guys have any questions on how I did it, or, you know, anything like that, post it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take it easy, guys.